Hello everyone, welcome back to Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews. This review is on Tale of the Brave, a special that I have hyped up for the last couple weeks saying that I don't really care for all that much. Have my feelings changed? I have now recently rewatched the movie, and as a matter of fact, it's been about 15 minutes since I've rewatched it as I'm recording this HMR, so this one's going to be interesting. It's not really a live reaction type thing, but it's pretty much an instant reaction after I had just finished watching the film. So, have my feelings changed? We'll find out later on. Until then, let's go ahead and jump into the history section of Tale of the Brave. So, Tale of the Brave's initial release, which we talked about last week in Engines to the Rescue, was on September 16th, 2014, and that was the Blu-ray and the DVD only release. I think I mentioned this last week, but this was available in a 2-pack along with Engines to the Rescue. However, the Blu-ray version was not available in that 2-pack. It was only the single DVD release that was available in that 2-pack. The Blu-ray you could just buy by itself. And I cannot find any other dates of when it was supposedly reprinted. My guess is maybe it was reprinted in like 2015 or so. I'm pretty sure that's when I picked up my DVD copy, was in 2015. So possibly that was a reissue because mine didn't have a slipcover when I bought it. However, I did find a date of when this aired on television in the US, which was November 3rd of 2014, which is, I guess, a little bit interesting. Really not much else to discuss with the history here. Let's go ahead and move right on to the close-up section of Tale of the Brave. Alrighty everyone, here's your close-up look at Tale of the Brave on DVD and on Blu-ray. Yes, finally we have the Blu-ray included in the same video file because I actually do have Tale of the Brave on Blu-ray now. I'll tell the story of how I found it during the ending session. It's actually quite interesting. But let's take a look at my DVD first, which I purchased back, I believe, at the beginning of 2015. I think I found this in a Target, and I had just started recollecting all of the old specials that I used to have just stored away on my computer because I wanted them on physical media. So, feature-length movie up there at the top. Thomas & Friends logo with Tale of the Brave, the movie. Still don't know why they had to keep calling it the movie after everything. You've got your poster art of Thomas rushing towards the camera with Percy behind him and James behind him as well. I actually really like this poster art. This doesn't reflect my feelings on the special or anything, but the poster art's really nice. It's engaging. On the side, you have your hit logo, Thomas & Friends logo, Tale of the Brave down there on the side. Gold portrait of Thomas, DVD logo, Universal once again. Thomas & Friends logo, True Courage, True Friendship. UPC code right there. I almost read the blurb. I'm off today. There's your blurb about what's on the disc. Thomas and Gator on the back there. That's an interesting choice. Meet new friends, Gator, Marion, Timothy, and Reg. So that mentions all the characters down there by name. Bonus features include Let's Be Brave and Monsters Everywhere, which are both music videos and Guess Who puzzles. So there's no game on this either. That's interesting. Last week with Engines to the Rescue, we also didn't have a game, so we don't have to play one this week. Thomas & Friends website link down there at the bottom along with your tech specs. We open this up. We do have an insert in here. It's, strangely enough, it's the size of the Blu-ray. This doesn't fit in the case. I guess they just didn't have the money to create a new insert for the DVD, so they used the Blu-ray one instead, which is nice because I don't think my Blu-ray came with this. So you got advertisements for Tale of the Brave merchandise, Trackmaster, Take and Play, kind of did those backwards. Wooden Railway also gets its own page. Thomas & Friends books themed around Tale of the Brave. You've got an advertisement for Day Out with Thomas. Thomas & Friends Good to Grow. I don't know what that is. Is that yogurt? Applesauce? I have no idea what that is. I've seen those in Kroger, but I've never purchased one because I'm not 5. Some information about Thomas on social media. and some apps. We've seen that advertisement before, and again the advertisement for Thomas the Tank Engine, who's a part of the Little Big Club at the Hard Rock Hotel. You also have this little insert here where you can mail to get a free issue of the Thomas and Friends magazine, which I obviously have not used because it's still in here and not mailed away. I don't really care for that magazine, so I don't need to use it. So it's a nice little collectible here. We take a look at the disc, squished up version of the poster art as per usual. And again, just like last week, it is not an eco case, but it's still very weak plastic and I don't like it at all. So that's the DVD version. The Blu-ray version is pretty much exactly the same in terms of poster art, except you have Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital HD ultraviolet copy, and it's also in a Blu-ray case, so it is shorter and stumpier. You also got the hit logo on the side, Thomas and Friends, Tale of the Brave, the same portrait, Blu-ray plus DVD since this is a combo pack, Universal. HD picture and theater quality sound. You did not get that on the DVD version because this is not HD picture and it's not theater quality sound. That's nowhere near HD. This is full 1080p HD and I love it. Same picture of Thomas there, except it cuts out Gator because it needs to have room for this, for your digital HD ultraviolet thing. Down here at the bottom telling you that you can instantly stream and download your digital copy. And I personally do use ultraviolet. I have a Vudu account and I use it fairly often. Oh, there's Gator. He's on like the TV, computer, tablet, smartphone, all that stuff. Bonus features, exactly the same as on the DVD. There are no exclusive bonus features, at least not listed here. UPC code, same quote from the DVD and the same blurb, I'm assuming. You also have the Meet New Friends button right there. Text specs and stuff down at the bottom, as well as the Thomas and Friends website link. You open this up. You do have your digital download copy code. I've already used my code, so don't bother trying to steal it, but that's what it looks like. There's your DVD, which is exactly the same as included in just the regular DVD release. Your Blu-ray is pretty much the same, although your logos are shifted over to one side to make room for the big Blu-ray on the bottom there. This is what all Universal Blu-rays look like, except they don't have any artwork on them. They're usually this reflective gray color, almost exactly like what the Thomas and Friends DVDs look like nowadays. But yeah, and this is not a eco case Blu-ray either. This is a thick Blu-ray case, and I really like that. So slide that back in if it'll sit. So that is your close-up on both the Blu-ray and the DVD. I also want to mention, if you bought these new in stores back in 2014, they both came with slipcovers. I missed out on the slipcover with the DVD. I think this is a reissue version, and this one I found new, but it just didn't have a slipcover. So anyway, let's go ahead and transition into our menu tour of Tale of the Brave. Alrighty everyone, here's your menu tour for the Blu-ray version of Tale of the Brave. I don't have the DVD with me, so when we do the DVD tour, I will open this up and show you that the Blu-ray disc is inside of the player. We'll be taking a look at this DVD when we do the DVD menu tour right after this, but as far as I can tell, they're the same menu. So, don't know why I had to specify that. I just wanted to let you guys know. So, this has the standard Universal Blu-ray menu, which is pretty much these options over here: play, chapters, setup, bonus features, and previews. Every single Universal Blu-ray release has this setup and these options. So, chapters include 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look, you even get a little time bar down here at the bottom to show when you're popping into the movie. That's cool. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, I also really like, I think I mentioned this with, was it Blue Mountain Mysteries menu? I think I mentioned this, but I love Blu-ray menus more than DVD menus because you still get, you know, clips playing in the background, and it's very coherent, I guess. Setup includes spoken language, which you have English, which is 5.1 surround sound, English 2.0, which you find on most DVDs. Spanish and French is back. With Engines to the Rescue, we didn't have French. Subtitles. just English. So you can turn those off or on. So, button sounds off, on and off. I guess that means buttons on your remote. If you want to click something on the menu, I guess that's what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Or you can resume movie. So that is your setup. Bonus features include Let's Be Brave and Monsters Everywhere, which are the two songs from this special. Both are not very good. Guess Who Puzzle. Previews, I think this will just start playing the trailers from the beginning. And I was right. Yes, these are the exact same trailers that you'll find on Engines to the Rescue, which include Spills and Thrills, Day Out with Thomas, some Curious George thing, the 27th Beethoven sequel, and I think that's it. There's also some car racing thing. I didn't watch any of these trailers. I just kind of skipped them as I was going into the Blu-ray. So, yeah. That is your Blu-ray menu tour for Tale of the Brave. Let's go ahead and transition into our DVD menu tour. Alright, so now we transition into the DVD menu. There's your proof. The DVD is in the player right now. The Blu-ray is back in the case. So, we have the same options from the Blu-ray. Play, scenes, bonus features, setup, and previews, except scenes has now been changed to chapters. I assume we'll have the same scenes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yep, pretty much the same scenes. The background images, montage, is still the same from the Blu-ray. It's not in the same order, but they do include some similar shots. Actually, it might actually be in the same order, but it's just lower quality. Bonus features, exact same bonus features from the Blu-ray. Let's Be Brave, Monsters Everywhere, both are music videos and Guess Who puzzles. Like I said, nothing is exclusive to the Blu-ray, which kind of makes me sad because that would actually give you more bang for your buck for buying the Blu-ray, other than the excellent picture quality and audio. Setup, pretty much the same. English 5.1, English 2.0, Spanish and French. Previews, pretty much the same trailers you got on the Blu-ray as well as Engines to the Rescue. I'm not going to select that because it's just going to start playing the previews automatically. So, yeah, not much has changed with the Blu-ray and DVD. The menu on the DVD is more dynamic, meaning that it has more images. That's interesting. The special just started playing and the montage ended, but it shows a screenshot of the bottom of the trailer. At the bottom of the poster, not the trailer. It shows this when it starts playing. Interesting. I haven't watched Tale of the Brave on DVD in a while, so I didn't know it did that. But, yeah, not much has changed between the Blu-ray and the DVD, except for, you get little extra pages, with your scenes and stuff, little extra screenshots and stuff like that. However, with the Blu-ray, it was all in one continuous image and such, which I like better on Blu-ray, because it just looks better. It's better presented that way. So that's pretty much it for the menu tour for Tale of the Brave. Let's go ahead and head on back and answer the 5 main questions as always. Alrighty, so we're back from the close-up, and now it's time to answer the 5 main questions as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? If you're lucky, you might be able to find this in the store, actually. I know my Target for the longest time has had at least 2 or 3 DVD-only copies just sitting around on the shelves not being purchased. So I'd say check your local Targets, more than likely. They might have one. If you really want to find a copy, kind of cheap, but also kind of quickly, I'd say eBay and Amazon. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? I'm going to say no to this, because I don't think there have been any recent reprints. 2015 is not really all that recent. 3 years ago? Yeah, not really all that recent. Wow, I'm just thinking back. It's been 3 years since 2015. 2015 was such a good year, man. Avengers Age of Ultron, Star Wars The Force Awakens. It's been 3 years since then. Man, time flies. Number 3, should you pick this product up? Alright, here we go, boys. We're going to listen to old Uncle Lego Lover give one of his classic racist rants. Or actually, no, not racist rants, just rants. Not really. When I finished Tale of the Brave, I instantly thought to myself, wow, that was not as bad as I remembered it to be. I actually kind of enjoyed it this time around. I think this is my 4th or 5th time seeing it. And I gotta say, I didn't hate it all that much. I still don't really like it, though. Here's the thing with Tale of the Brave.
I don't find this movie entertaining. And my biggest sin with any kind of media, film, television, music to an extent, especially with rap, if I don't find it entertaining, if I don't like watching it, if I'm not invested in any of the characters, or if I'm not just having a damn good time watching the film, I'm not gonna like the film as a whole. That's the biggest sin any kind of media can have in my eyes, is it cannot be entertaining. I'll go ahead and give you an example here. Avengers Age of Ultron is a very bloated, kind of messy movie in terms of plot. But I have a damn good time watching that film every time I see it. I love that movie because of just how fun it is. Yeah, the plot's a bit messy. Yeah, there's way too many comic book characters in that movie. But it's still so fun to watch. And I can ignore all those kind of obvious plot holes because I have fun watching it. Tale of the Brave, I cannot ignore the plot holes because of the fact that I don't have fun watching it. I don't care about any character in Tale of the Brave because most of the time they act like total idiots. From the first shot in Tale of the Brave to the intro, I really enjoyed it. I was like, wow, I actually don't remember this intro to Tale of the Brave being this good. With the whole setup of the dinosaur footprints up in the clay pits and Bill and Ben saving Thomas in a really cool action scene, I thought to myself, wow, this is really cool. But then I remembered it goes nowhere. A lot of people say that King of the Railway feels like separate story ideas thrown into one film. Yeah, to an extent it does, and I can admit that. No matter how much I like King of the Railway, I can admit it feels like three separate stories kind of smashed into one movie. Tale of the Brave, however, those seams are so much more noticeable to me. I can tell that the Thomas and the footprint storyline mixed with the Gator and Percy love storyline and the James being a total ass to Percy storyline are three separate stories that could have been their own separate stories in the TV series just by themselves, thrown into this movie that don't mix together very well. They mix, but it's very clumpy. The Thomas storyline I really feel like could have been cut from this movie. The only thing that it does is pretty much sets up what happens at the end of the movie. You know, the big avalanche scene at the clay pits. Yeah, sure, it tries to tie in with the Gator and Percy storyline throughout, and sure, you could make the argument that, oh, well, Lego Lover, because the Gator storyline had Percy learn to be brave, he went to the clay pits and the avalanche had to happen. And if you didn't have the Thomas storyline, you'd just be complaining because the clay pits come out of nowhere. I guess you could say that, yes, but it ultimately could have been cut in my eyes. Also, James comes out of nowhere being a total dick in this movie. James is more of an asshole in this movie than any other James story I've seen. This is James in Journey Beyond Sodor level assholiness. Assholiness. Trademark me. That's my one quote. Play that at my funeral. I mean, it's worse than Journey Beyond Sodor in my eyes. James is just a total douche to Percy, just making fun of him relentlessly. I can think of an example of James being a total jerk to Percy and it actually working. Jack Frost in Season 6. James was kind of teasing Percy about being afraid of the snow monster, Jack Frost, and all that, but at least James wasn't, actively trying to make Percy, piss his pants or anything, like James does in this movie. At least James wasn't being a total ass in Jack Frost, and he got his comeuppance at the end. Here, James actively tries to scare Percy out of his pants. It's a total ruining of James's character. Yeah, he's vain, yeah, he teases, but he doesn't outright try to just completely destroy his friend's self-esteem. Why? Why did you make that choice, Andrew Brenner? That doesn't make any sense. Also, that leads to another problem. Why is there the scrap monster? Why is that, like, a perfectly positioned monster in the scrapyard with the scene with Reg? Why is that even a thing? How does it not fall over? Like, it's just a whole bunch of logical questions I was asking throughout this movie. And, oh, Lego Lover, you like Journey Beyond Sodor. Logic's out the window for you. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Maybe I'm being a total hypocrite saying that here, but I could not stop questioning that. Now, give credit where credit is due. Timothy, Marion, and Gator. All pretty strong characters. Timothy and Marion especially. I like Timothy better than Boko. Sue me. Marion, hilarious. She's kind of annoying here, but this was our introduction to Marion. She gets better as the series goes on, especially in season 18 and in Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. And Timothy, I just like him better than Boko because I think he has a better presence than Boko. I know, right? Oh, Lego Lover, you like a CGI character more than a classic series character. Heresy. You probably support the killing of Edward and Henry. No, I don't, but that doesn't mean I can't like Timothy better than Boko. I don't really like Boko all that much. And no, it's not because of his somewhat no personality. It's because he's overrated. But this isn't a Boko versus Timothy discussion. This is a discussion about Tale of the Brave. And the animation. Wow. Once again, I was watching the movie, and I was thinking to myself, wow, the animation, it's really good. Why do people think that this is bad? Like, Ark was great from the beginning. I'm stretching for good things to say here. The classic series references are kind of nice, even though they're kind of overhanded. Oh, bother that telephone, you know. It was nice to hear them, though. Honestly, I'm thinking about this now, and I think the main problem I have with Tale of the Brave, besides the fact that it's not entertaining to me, is the fact that I don't like Percy. I don't like Percy at all in this movie. He is a total idiot. I'll give you an example. If you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, which if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Multi-Green Thunder. Percy makes a choice in this movie when his friends don't believe him that he saw a monster, which why would he even think that monsters are real? But that's besides the point. Percy makes the choice to abandon everything on Sodor and go and live with Gator on some faraway land. He makes the choice in 2 seconds. This completely life-changing choice that would alter everything Percy has come to know. He just says, screw it. I'll do it. I get that could be seen as, oh, he's making an impulse choice. But it's a stupid choice. And a choice that I don't think Percy, if he was smart, would actually make. God, I miss the days of seasons 2 through 5 Percy, when he was actually smart, when he knew what the heck he was doing, when he was actually cheeky, when he wasn't just Thomas's follower and supposedly Thomas's best friend. He's really not. It's just, I don't like Percy in this film. Every choice he makes is moronic. Also, the action scene with Cranky at the docks was kind of pointless. Like, what was he gonna do? I get that it's implied that he was trying to hold the boat. He has a driver inside of him, I would assume, so he can't bring the boat back. It was just, it was a cool action scene, I guess, but it was climax number 1, and it really didn't make any sense. Climax number 2 is the clay pit action scene, which, if I was invested in any of those characters, I would have actually cared about James and Percy, but I didn't care about either of them. Also, how does Rocks lift Percy off of the rails? Wouldn't he just be engulfed and probably killed? Climax number 3 is the one that I'm actually invested in, because I like Gator. I actually don't want to see him go at the end. So, out of the 3 climaxes in this movie, climax number 3 actually worked. It was a nice, tender moment. But then it's completely ruined by that stupid Let's Be Brave song. The music in this movie is not very good either. I don't like Monsters Everywhere. It sounds too not Thomas. It sounds like a Winnie the Pooh song, now that I'm thinking to myself. And then Let's Be Brave. It's just annoying. Makes sense that one was made by Eggplant. Our Tale of the Brave is actually not too bad. I actually kind of like that one. It's kind of touching. I mean, I kind of seduced a woman with that song. So, yeah, the first girlfriend I ever had sang that song to her. It wasn't awkward or anything. She kind of dug it. I hope she doesn't watch my channel anymore. So anyway, music, not very good. Plot was okay at best, but it wasn't very good at all. The animation, very well done. Gator, Timothy, and Marion, all the new characters, very well done. But the existing characters, Thomas, Percy, and James, they are not treated well at all in this special. This special really has no main character. And I guess you could say that with King of the Railway it didn't have a main character, but at least King of the Railway did its best to balance out Thomas, James, and Percy's appearances and made them likable. Here, I don't like James. I think Percy's an idiot. Thomas is alright. Fine. At least he has a reason to be working at the clay pits with his branch line being closed down. So those are my thoughts on Tale of the Brave pretty much. I haven't really talked about the release all that much. The special features on this are lacking. There's only 2 music videos and Guess Who puzzles. No game or anything, of course. The games were kind of abolished with Engines to the Rescue. The games just kind of stopped. But the Blu-ray picture quality, it's astounding. Thomas in HD looks amazing. I will never pop in my DVD of Tale of the Brave again. I will always watch the Blu-ray. However many more times I actually watch the Blu-ray, because I don't ever want to watch this again for a while. So picture quality, amazing. The transfer, amazing. And now you all are probably wondering, will Lego Lover recommend this or not recommend this? I kind of had my arrow decided right after the movie was finished. I had made the choice that I would not be recommending Tale of the Brave. And talking about this now, knowing that I have a lot more positives about this film than I had originally thought, if I had not rewatched it prior to recording this HMR, I probably would have said, no! Fiery red arrow! Disgusting! Burn in hell, Tale of the Brave! Like, I hated it that much. But now rewatching it, I realize I don't hate it as much as I would, but I still can't bring myself to say, yeah, you should see it. No, I cannot recommend Tale of the Brave. It's just not good in my eyes. Yeah, it's not horrible or terrible like Misty Island Rescue or Calling All Engines, but it's not good. I can see why people would enjoy Tale of the Brave because of, oh, Percy has a character arc. And hey, if Percy's your favorite character, you probably love this movie. I don't. But hey, if Percy's your favorite character, yeah, I'm sure you'd love Tale of the Brave. But I can't see how people don't think that the choices Percy makes in this movie are so moronic, to the point where I was punching myself in the head. Also, Percy's character arc in this movie, it doesn't stick. In season 19, he's right back to where he was. Of course, that's an inherent flaw with Thomas itself, you know. James is vain. He learns not to be vain. Next story, he's being vain once again. Gordon is pompous. He learns not to be pompous. Next story, he's pompous again. That's an inherent flaw with Thomas itself. Character arcs really don't stick. So I can't blame that entirely on Tale of the Brave. But it is a dig that I can take at it. It's a low dig, but I can take it. I can hit Tale of the Brave with that. Again, it's a low hit, but I can still hit it with that. But no, I do not recommend Tale of the Brave. I know a lot of you are like, oh, Lego Lover, how could you not recommend this? Go back and listen to what I said about it. Those are my thoughts on it, and I don't think they'll be changing anytime soon. I remember back when Tale of the Brave first came out. The first time I saw it, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was better than King of the Railway, and it was probably my new favorite special back then. But Tale of the Brave is one of those specials, in my eyes, where if you re-watch it more than once, the enjoyment factor goes down, and the criticisms make themselves more prevalent. Rewatchings kill Tale of the Brave in my eyes. Will I ever watch this again? I'm not really sure. Maybe. I've actually been thinking about doing some kind of like really big retrospective where in one vlog I sit down and watch all of the Thomas specials in synchronization from Calling All Engines to Journey Beyond Sodor. Just all of them in one sitting and just mini review them all. I don't know. Would you guys like to see that? Tell me in the comments. I might do that this summer. Maybe for that, but I don't see myself ever casually watching Tale of the Brave again after this. I think this is my last time. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? Same answers as number 1. Actually, before we move on to number 5, I have a funny story about where I found my Tale of the Brave Blu-ray. I usually buy Thomas Blu-rays off the internet because I can never find them in stores. But interestingly, with Tale of the Brave, I found the Blu-ray in a store, but it wasn't a store that I expected to find it. I found Tale of the Brave on Blu-ray in a Kroger. If you don't know what Kroger is, first of all, that was the previous employer that I had before I worked at UPS, and they sell groceries. Priorities there are groceries, food items, but they also have some electronics, and also some movies on DVD and such. At least the Kroger I worked at only sold DVDs, and when they sold Blu-rays, they were like $30 a piece. But I saw Tale of the Brave at another Kroger which is actually out by UPS. I think I was in there buying some, like, face soap or something. And they had a whole section that was Blu-rays slash DVDs. And I found Tale of the Brave there for $6. And they had about 10 copies. I just yanked it off of the shelf and said, what? Why is this here? I mean, I'm obviously going to buy it, but why is this here? I don't know. It was just a little fun thing. So now, number 5, what price should you pay? For the DVD version, it's really not all that rare, $5. Blu-ray version, $10 really. Slipcover on the Blu-ray, $15. None of the copies that were at the Kroger had a slipcover, by the way. I wasn't stupid and didn't buy one that didn't have a slipcover. So that is the HMR on Tale of the Brave. Again, it's not horrible, but it's not very good either. I personally do not care for it. I have nothing against anybody who does like it. You can like what you like. I'm not here to stop you from liking what you like. I just personally do not care for this in any way, shape, or form. So I know there are a lot of people who love Tale of the Brave, and I know that you all are furiously typing on your keyboards telling me how I'm wrong and how I just don't understand this movie and how it's so much better than I'm giving credit for. Go right ahead. Try and tell me why I'm wrong and I don't like Tale of the Brave. I welcome those. In the meantime, though, for those of you who don't care about that, next week we are taking a look at the Christmas Engines. Yay! Another Christmas release in summer, or at least close to summer, because that makes total sense. Christmas Engines next week. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, good night, everybody.